In today's edition, I'm going to try and recreate a centuries-old fishing technique and catch my dinner using a seed. Yo! Good morning guys, and welcome to this edition of Hikelopedia. Where am I, you may be wondering? Am I still in Taiwan? Yes I am, but I'm actually in the very southernmost tip of Taiwan in a place called Kending. And why am I here? Because it's tropical. And because it's tropical, when you walk along a coastline like this, you can find lots of different things. For example, coconut shells washed up on the beach, and you can also find these little suckers everywhere, hermit crabs. There's so many of them around here. And another thing you can find is this. What's this, I hear you ask? This is the seed of a tree, Barringtonia Asiatica. Now it's also known as the box fruit tree because, as you can see, the seeds have this rather interesting square shape. Now these seeds are pretty amazing. They can float at sea for up to 15 years before coming ashore and then sprouting a new tree. And as you can see, the trees are quite beautiful, which is why in many tropical places they're planted along the coast as a decorative specimen. For example, Singapore's East Coast Park, and these planted alongside the old city walls here in Hung Tran. These seeds are amazing for another reason, because they are packed full of toxins known as saponins. And traditionally in some island cultures, the seeds are used to catch fish, which is where the tree's other name, putat laut, or literally fish poison tree, comes from. The seeds are ground up into a powder and then thrown into the water to stun fish. That's because the poison affects the breathing organs of the fish, but without tainting the flesh. So you're able to cook and eat the fish later on. And that is what I plan to do. So wish me luck. Now, I was first attracted to this tree by its beautiful flowers. I was riding along the East Coast Park in Singapore one morning, and the ground was just chock full of these beautiful specimens. You see, it flowers mainly at night, and it's pollinated by night flying creatures such as bats, and then by morning most of the flowers have fallen to the ground. So when I saw this beautiful tree, I was like, wow, that's amazing, never seen anything like this before. So I went home to investigate, and that is what spawned this video 4 long years ago. Now why 4 years? That's because now I have the seeds. I've got to move on to the next stage, which is catching a fish. Unfortunately, I happen to be the worst freaking fisherman in the world. 4 long years and numerous trips to fishing locations around Singapore, one of which included being ID'd by the police, and I failed to catch a single fish that could be deemed worthy of use in my intended experiment.
You caught any fish?
No, not yet. When I answered this woman, I had no idea that not yet would last for 4 years. It got so bad and frankly embarrassing that I eventually just gave up, consigning my fish poison footage and video idea to the dustbin. But with a new home came new hope, so I tried once more in Taiwan, but with the same outcome. It's quite sad really, but after my recent pathetic attempt at fishing in Pingdong, no bites yet, I've decided to give up altogether and utilize the resources available to me in Taiwan. Basically, I'm going to cheat. Okay guys, mission accomplished. I've got a fish. Cost me $390 from Hsinchu Nanliao fish market, but let's see him. There he is. Ooh. And now it's time to prepare the poison. Now we're going to get to look what's inside one of these seeds. You can see the seed here and then the outer covering. Okay, so now we've got the seed and I'm going to use the grater to make it into kind of like a powder. Looks a bit like cheese, although I wouldn't want to put this on my pasta. We're going to put it into the water and see what happens to the fish. Bear in mind, we're doing this purely as an experiment and we are going to eat the fish later, so it's not going to die in vain. It's basically just like catching a fish and eating it, but doing it in a very traditional way that's been done for thousands of years by people around the world.
A few moments later.
Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes since I added the poison to the water and the fish is pretty much dead, although it's not completely dead. So I think the best thing to do now would be to put it out of its misery and to save it from any further suffering. I already feel really bad about it.
The next day.
Alright guys, it's the next day and I've come to Qingqing Taoyuan here in Hsinchu to cook up my small friend. As you'll see, he's been descaled, degutted and cleaned up, and so he's ready to go into the steamer. And I'm going to steam him with some garlic and ginger in an Asian style. So here is the garlic, ginger and chili. I'm going to put it onto him, wrap him up. And then I've got my steaming pot here. Place him inside and put it on the stove. Be ready in about 10 to 15 minutes. Oh, seems like it might be done. Ooh, yeah. Smells good. Let's open it up and have a look. Looks nicely cooked. Let's put some of the flesh on the plate. And I've also prepared a spicy cucumber salad to go with my fish. Let's get some on the plate and give it a try. And there we have it. Fish caught using a centuries-old hunting tradition, well, kind of, and some spicy cucumber salad. Let's tuck in and give it a try. Delicious. Tasty, fresh fish, beautiful salad. What a way to spend an afternoon. Oh, there's one more thing missing. Cheers, guys. Okay, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and if you want to help support the channel, click thanks down below or head on over to my Buy Me a Coffee for more stuff. And that's it for today. Take it easy, and I'll see you next week, hopefully. Over and out. And that's it for today. Take it easy, and I'll see you. Don't go in my beer. And that's it for today.